Today we're going to be running through the best Bitcoin miner options for any budget. Small scale, large scale, tiny, medium sized, best bang for buck, most powerful, highest Bitcoin mining efficiency, and most notably, the most profitable Bitcoin miners, but with a focus on budget and deployment. And we're going to break them all down today. I'm Vosk, you're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I've been building out my own Bitcoin mining farm for years. I started doing this nearly a decade ago, and I've learned so much along the way. My situation has rapidly evolved. When I started, I didn't have much money, I didn't have much space, and I hate to say it, I didn't have much knowledge, but I did have belief and excitement. And it's gotten me this far. Mining Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies has been the best financial move I've personally ever made. I spent years researching, developing, building, and reinvesting into my mining farm, all while making content here on YouTube. So I would kindly ask if you would subscribe to support our content creation mission here. Today we'll be unboxing all of these and comparing them because, to be frank, most of these are drastically different. Every piece of hardware that we are looking at today is stocked in the US of A and sold by Altair Tech. I'm proud to say that we are an affiliate with Altair Tech. We also have the best coupon code he offers, code VoskCoin, to save some coin. I'm not here to push gear on you. Please remember that. You do whatever you want to do. But I have to highlight that it's great working with him, and he's helped me build out my mining farm, from deploying his mining PDUs throughout it. If I'm missing a power cable, I sent a message, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize this miner didn't come with a power cable. Do you have any? And he's like, yep. And I'm like, sweet, I need to order that. And I get it quickly because it's coming from the Midwest, USA, instead of overseas in China. So again, huge shout out to him for making today's video possible. And if you enjoy this content, please support us with our link and him by checking out at a Bitcoin mining solution business, Altair Tech. I want to jump into the miner that I think is the most noteworthy right now. And I think it has the biggest application. It's the Canaan Avalon Q. This is a pretty big device with an even bigger box. It kind of looks like a desktop PC. It mines Bitcoin with current generation Bitcoin mining efficiency. The cost per hash is pretty good, 90 terahash. It also will plug into any outlet, probably in your house, and then start mining Bitcoin, or better yet, earning you passive income over a Wi-Fi connection. This device lowers the barrier to entry to Bitcoin mining, and it allows anyone to mine Bitcoin anywhere. I'm not advocating for you to take advantage of any sort of lease scenarios, but if you have electricity included into whatever your situation is, obviously don't rug your parents unless they're bad parents. I don't know how you're not plugging this thing in. This mines an amount of Bitcoin that is interesting. Working on 110 to 240 voltage, mining Bitcoin over Wi-Fi, hashing at 90 terahash a second while only consuming 1,800 watts. This thing mines about $6 a day on a Bitcoin mining pool. Yes, before any discounts, it costs $1,800. But never in the history of Bitcoin mining have you been able to buy current generation specs in a quiet, that's what the freaking Q stands for, box, and mine Bitcoin over Wi-Fi. But one of my favorite features about the Q is you don't have to use Wi-Fi. You can use an Ethernet port if you'd like. Box is huge, no disputing that. But when you actually look at the device, it's much smaller, more slender, more compact, clean, looks good. It's much more enjoyable than you would maybe think with this massive box that you get. Dedicated on-off switch here and the integrated power supply that's built inside of this, making this quite literally a plug-and-play mining experience. A little bit of branding goes a long way. I love the Canaan logo embossed there on the side of this shell. Next up, I want to talk about the Bitaxe Gamma. This is a true mini Bitcoin miner. The Bitaxe Gamma uses latest generation Bitcoin mining technology, BM1370 ASIC chips. It plugs into any outlet, it mines over Wi-Fi, but here's the catch when it comes to mini miners. In my opinion, they're not worth it for pool mining Bitcoin. You're not gonna make an interesting or tangible amount of Bitcoin mining in a big mining collective at this stage of Bitcoin's life cycle. But where they are interesting is lottery mining. Lottery mining is solo mining, right? And that's why we built sololuck.com. It's a free Bitcoin mining solo calculator. You go there, you punch in your hash rate, and it spits out your odds for you to hit a block, right? So here on screen are your odds to hit a block with a Bitaxe Gamma over the next year. You could essentially turn 100 something dollars into $300,000, $400,000 worth of Bitcoin. And what's crazy, right? The Canaan Avalon Q has 90 times the hash rate of that Gamma. Look at the difference in odds if you were to be so bold to say, I don't want to make $5, $6, $7 a day in Bitcoin. I'm going to spend electricity. I'm going to take my shot at basically earning $400,000 in Bitcoin all day, every day. And that's just straight now. We say 400,000 a day, we'll say $1 million in a few years at this rate. And the Bitaxe Gamma does all that while only consuming a few watts of electricity. And of course, it's very quiet. I would dare say even silent. Power mining Bitaxe has come with this nice color manual, which is cool to see. This is the Canaan Avalon Nano 3S. We showed their original Nano 3 last year, and the video went crazy viral. We linked to their Indiegogo campaign, and they sold several $1 million of these. After that, they said, whoa, there's a lot of interest in this home miner market. Since then, they've come out with the updated Nano 3S model, the Canaan Mini 3, and the Avalon Q. Altair likes these so much that he started distributing all of their miner models. One thing that really makes the Bitaxe stand out is its lower price point and open sourced Bitcoin mining hardware and software, but some people don't care about that. And the bottom line, the big takeaway, you get more hash rate for the money, which means solo mining, you're getting a higher chance to hit a Bitcoin block, dollar for dollar. And you could pool mine with this, but it's in that category of just, I wouldn't bother. Pop your SIM card out with that thing. Documents and Wi-Fi module, important. They make it really easy that you can just scratch this off and start mining Bitcoin with F2 Pool. But F2 Pool has high fees, and again, I wouldn't bother wasting your time pool mining instead of solo mining with a device like this. But yeah, if you like manuals, well, congratulations. This thing's got 80 pages. Nice consumer packaging, very Apple-esque. 110 to 240 voltage on this Canaan branded power supply. It'll operate at 140 watts. It's a USB-C connection. So if you get tired of mining, you can at least always charge your phone. Looks like an old Samsung like OLED watch face. Some really cool features about this device is the screen is nice, cool, it's colorful. It really feels, and maybe quite literally is, a watch face. The cover on the front is magnetic. Has air filters that you can take out and wash. The filters right here, you just push and you can pull that out. The grill on the back has just become a solid piece. If you want to take it apart, you have to take these feet off. Altair is selling the Nano 3S black and white, whichever color interests you more, for $299 before any discount codes. And like almost everything he has, it's in stock here in the USA, and if it's not, it'll say that on the availability, which I really love about him. There's no order and then find out it's back ordered. It's very clear, fair, and just transparent. Honestly, he's really raising the bar for Bitcoin miner sellers. 4 nanometer chips in this thing, 6 terahash a second at 140 watts. This is an entry level ASIC miner. The efficiency is technically last generation Bitcoin mining efficiency, but on a small scale, nobody really cares. And it really just comes down to the hash for the money, right? So for 300 bucks, I'm getting 6 terahash a second. At its price point in hash rate, it's best in class. And they're good, they're fine, they're nice. My Nano 3S has worked flawlessly. I've had it like half a year, and it's never missed a beat. Everything you could ask for. It does what it's supposed to do. Now this is something you probably did not expect. This is the Bitchimney, a product designed, built by Altair in conjunction with GPO. This is a pretty interesting mashup in the Bitcoin mining game. You can get a DIY kit of these and load your own hash boards. This has been in development for already a couple years. It's positioned as a space heater, dual purpose device. And there's multiple variants, right? You can just get the DIY kit and you supply your own hash board. You can get that off of eBay. You can split a miner with 2 of your friends and you each build 1 hash board, Bitchimney each. And it fits many of the different S19 and S21 and T21 models, like the S19J Pro, S19K Pro, S21, T21, all these different Bitcoin miner models. And maybe you don't really care about this. The bottom line is you can get the DIY kit if you want, which is one of the most interesting things about this. Or you can just order one that's ready to go, plug and play. You can select an S19K Pro, S21, and T21 at the time of ordering this. Coming in at $1,800 before any coupon codes, hashing between 40 and 53 terahash a second, consuming between 700 and 1,000 watts. Its direct competitor is actually right here next to it, the Canaan Avalon Q. The Bitchimney would dominate the market if it did not have this competitor in the mix. Because of that, I see the DIY option being more interesting. But I cannot take away from this product, right? When it's laid here on its side, technically, it is very reminiscent of a typical ASIC miner, but it's designed to be on its side like this. It can, of course, mine with an Ethernet cord, as well as supporting Wi-Fi. This is a unique miner model that will be more interesting to enthusiasts, tinkerers, people with parts, maybe even purists. But since they moved from 3D printing to these metal cases, it's sharp, like it's cool. It's super sweet for a homegrown type build. As far as all the products go, this is absolutely one of the coolest and most unique ones. And finally, a full-size ASIC miner. This is an industrial-grade Bitcoin mining rig. This device only runs on 240 voltage. It's big, it's heavy, it's loud, and it's best-in-class, air-cooled Bitcoin mining efficiency that you can buy right now. It is being replaced by the Bitmain antminer S23 next year. It's their updated, upgraded, revised version, whatever you want to call it, of their Bitcoin miner series. And it's about 2.5 watts of Bitcoin mining efficiency better, but it costs a couple $1,000s more. Gauging, top secret flip technique. Good. Power cable included. These always have one little piece of tape on the bottom inside this anti-static bag. So I like to flip it out, get it out easy like that. Cut the bottom. I need to get another Lazy Susan or something to put this stuff on. I'm not OCD about messing up my countertop and all that, but like I don't want to beat the shit out of it for no reason. I always take these off. Don't tell the government. But here it is in all of its Bitcoin mining glory. The best bang for buck Bitcoin miner at the time of recording this video is the Bitdeer SealMiner A2. The S21 Plus is trying to rival that, but I prefer the price and build quality of the SealMiner over the S21 Plus. But when it comes to the biggest, baddest, the BFG, okay, of mining rigs right now, it's absolutely the S21 XP, coming in at $6,299 before any coupons, before any discount codes. Mining at 270 terahash a second of SHA-256 mining algorithm power, also known as Bitcoin. 13.5 joules or watts per terahash of Bitcoin mining efficiency. In stock, in Altair's warehouse, ready to ship to you real quick. And also, I've really focused on, I'm in the US, getting stuff from Altair in the US, but he, of course, obviously, as you would probably assume, ships internationally as well. And if it's advantageous, I'm sure that he can actually drop ship you gear potentially there as well. How does this S21 XP do it, right? Well, I'll tell you exactly how. It does it by consuming 3,645 watts of electricity on 240 voltage only, right? You plug this into just some random outlet in your living room here in the US of A, you will break this miner. 240 only. I mean, that's why they give you this plug that doesn't look like it can plug into anything that you possibly have sitting around the house. If you haven't been following the newer generation of Bitcoin miners, which this is what this is, they have gotten somehow bigger yet again. Bitcoin mining rigs are consuming more power than ever historically. You notice these fans, they're bigger than say like an S19 fan. Actually, that's what these are. It may be hard to tell over video here, but I mean, it's substantially bigger. I like the whole blacked out appearance here on this. It looks good. I like the smaller control board lid on these. Some things have kind of been streamlined in nice ways, like this little hole. It has a cool little LCD screen. It's not really that useful or accurate. Moving to a micro USB port there, reset button, IP report. These don't work on Wi-Fi, man. You're big boy Bitcoin mining now. You're gonna need an Ethernet cable. These are very loud. Everything I've shown you today has been quiet, something I would put in my bedroom. If you put this in your bedroom, you better be deaf, or you better love white noise. Where the S21 XP has also really shined for me is some aftermarket firmware, where I've seen hash rates increase up to 20 terahash a second on these. That's a really big Bitcoin mining hash rate jump, right? I mean, that's like 20 of those Bitaxe gammas, or that's more than 3 of those Canaan Nano 3S's. Right? That's a good chunk of the Bitchimney or the Canaan Avalon Q. But yeah, the S21 XP is a Bitcoin miner for serious people. Comes at a serious cost. I heavily invested in modernizing my Bitcoin mining fleet here at my personal Bitcoin mining farm with these. Very expensive. The cost per hash, right, is one of the metrics used. It's almost like cost per horsepower, for example. I mean, it's more expensive than all of the other miners that you can buy, generally speaking. But it's more efficient, very powerful, and they've been pretty good performing so far. Better than their S21 series that was plagued with issues. And running these at home may not be well suited for everyone. You're gonna wanna figure out like, where can I put this where I can deal with the noise. They have things like silencers you can put on these, but that's a whole different can of worms. As far as beginner Bitcoin mining plug and play, right? You're gonna need to run an outlet, maybe put this in your garage, put it in your shed. Maybe you have like a covered patio or something, you just plop it outside and put a little filter system on it later on. Sooner the better on that front, but hey. And of course, when it comes to mining, you could also just have these mining rigs hosted at a mining farm. Mining rig hosting is a very viable option where you get mining exposure, you get all the benefits, but you pay someone else to do it, which may be worthwhile if their electricity rate is really cheap, where they can essentially offer you a service and you would still be coming out ahead than running it at home. But to be frank, nothing is cooler than running your own gear yourself. You have no risk as far as like, well, what if they rug me? Dude, you're probably not gonna rug yourself. Obviously you have the risk of like, well, what if somebody tries to come and rob me? That's why I'm a proud supporter of the Second Amendment here in the United States of America, and I train all the time. In my head, it's not if, it's when. And mentally and physically, I'm gonna be as ready as I can be. So which one would I get, right? I mean, it just comes down to your budget, your situation, and your goals. That's the whole point of this video, is to break this down, show the options. But I don't care if you don't buy any of this, right? I'm just having fun, trying to make the best content I can, and building the mining farm out along the way. Where do you think all of these are gonna go? They're all gonna get plugged into my Bitcoin mining farm. Some people talk it, I live it. I'm the real deal. I have thousands of amps pulled for Bitcoin mining power out here. I'm looking at doing more, always just, you know, addicted to the grind, if you will. Even this video only gets 100 views, who cares? If this helps even one person make a decision here, that's incredible. The comment section is always there for you guys to ask questions. I check it all the time. Sometimes I take breaks from it because I get burnt out. Creating content online in this era, it can be very draining, it can be very negative. I'll be honest, I do take breaks, but I'm also in there all the time. Alexa helps me with everything here at VoskCoin. She's responding in the comments, and we have some incredible VoskCoin team members behind me, like this guy who did the editing on this video. I'm just the maniac that yells at it these days. And I'm also the mining farm tech. And I'm also the guy that has to take tails out because, well, she's the boss. She owns VoskCoin. I just work here, dude. I told you, I'm just the guy who yells at the camera. But here's my final take on it. If nothing else, why not grab a Bitaxe Gamma? It's cheap, it's fun, it's engaging, you're mining Bitcoin. You can't get into this for less money, right? You wanna spend a little bit more, get a little more hash, up your odds on solo luck, well, congratulations, the Nano 3S is there for you. There's also the Canaan Mini 3. I thought about putting it in this video, but I didn't. It's essentially a smaller version of the Q, less hash rate, less money, but we've reviewed that on the channel. I'll link it out down below. But if I have the budget, right, if someone's like, hey, like, you know, I'm a Bitcoin guy, I want to mine a little Bitcoin at home, it's the Avalon Q all day. Like, it's simple, it's clean, it's quiet. It's got what they call the wife approval factor. Your wife's not going to be screaming at you, what the hell is this, Tony? What are you doing, Tony? What is this thing screaming in the guest bedroom, Tony? And you're like, well, geez, my name's not even Tony, babe. And that's a whole different subject. But the point is that it's quiet. And it's not weird looking or an eyesore, right? I mean, I think all this shit looks cool. I'm into it. But some people don't like that. They want to be low key for whatever reason. Well, congratulations. I mean, it looks like a freaking computer. Slap a fucking Dell sticker on the side if it's bothering you. I'm sure Michael would be so proud. Michael Dell, look it up. Bitchimney, super cool product here in the mix, and definitely an item for the tinkerer, for the enthusiast. If you want to step up to the plate, you want to be a real Bitcoin miner, you want to put some serious cash on the line that's being rapidly inflated anyway, well, then you've got the Bitmain antminer S21 XP. Best hash rate you can buy right now, best efficiency you can buy right now, air cooled, good to go, easy to deal with. Something scalable. And when it comes to efficiency, the more average, the more residential your electricity rate is, the higher efficiency you need to be running a profitable Bitcoin mining operation. So that's my take, that's my breakdown. I just want to sincerely say thank you if you're still watching this. It's been a pretty long video. There's been a lot to talk about, and I try to make this as short as I could, but it's just a lot to run through. So I'm incredibly thankful for the opportunity. I try not to be so grumpy and burnt out every day lately, and I just appreciate life, what I have. Every day is not promised, and I just try to, when I hit the pillow at night, I'm like, you know, at least I gave it my all today. At least I tried hard. So I just want to make the mining farm successful. I want to hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. That's like a lifelong goal for me. And, you know, just show up there for my friends, family. And I'm not just a Doge dad anymore. I'm a dad now. That dad bod showed up fast though.